Hi, my name is Wayne. I'm a bushcraft instructor here at Kinnigo Bushcraft Centre at Oxford Island, and today we're going to learn three methods of fire lighting. We're going to learn friction fire through the bow and drill set. We're going to learn fire striker, which is flint and steel, which is fire from a spark, and then we have the modern equivalent, which is a ferrocerium rod and a steel, which we're going to show you today. So first off, we need to find a safe place. So the first thing we need to do is clear debris, clear leaves, check underneath the soil. It's like I say, it's only like a centimetre or like an inch of soil. So we can clear that away and we have a gravel base. Then I'm going to show you the different methods of fire lighting. This is the bow drill method of friction. The hand drill method is basically the same. It's a hearth board and it's a drill. It'll be a lot longer than this, but the process is the same. The idea is to cause friction between the drill and the hearth. The char starts to mount up, then we can transfer the ember, which is in this notch, to our tinder bundle, add oxygen and flames. So the method we have today, this is like more an ornamental bow and drill set, but it's just a demonstration. So what we have the hearth board and the drill. These are both hazel from the same tree actually. And there we have the bow and the bearing block. Bearing block's important, and I'll show you why now as we set this up. So basically what we have to do is get the bow and the drill into this. You put the drill into the bow, into the cord of the drill. And this adds up. Now we have the bearing block, because the reason for this is the friction's caused here, which means the friction will also be caused here. So your hand's going to be on this end. So obviously what we need is the bearing block, which is basically a notched out piece of wood that fits over the end of the drill, which means that we can now put pressure on this without burning our hands. Hold it tightly, hold the bow and the drill. We put the bearing block on top. Then it's just a process of like sawing a piece of wood. And momentum keeps it going. We have our ignition and we have our fuel. So the next thing we need to do is we need to have oxygen. So we do this is we put it into our tinder nest, but we will blow into it, and we will see as we keep doing this, you'll see that the smoke will start to build more, and all of a sudden the ember will break out into flame. Then we can use that flame as the beginning of our fire. Then we add the different materials. We have our kindling ready, we have our firewood processed and ready, and we also have to remember to have all of these, the kindling and the tinder and everything ready before we're ready to start the fire. The important thing is collecting the materials and having the right amount of materials. It's kind of a rule, is if you think you have enough materials for fire in temperatures and climates like this, you're probably about halfway there. So after the bow and drill and friction fire lighting, we moved on, technology advanced, and we came into the Iron Age and the age of metal. So we can get a spark from a piece of metal and a piece of flint, a spark from the flint and the steel into the tinder bundle. So it was a case of it wasn't a case of having to make this like the bow and the drill. It was a case of this was easily packed away and kept, and could get a spark over and over. And this is for the hunter-gatherers and stuff. Whenever we were back then, it was a case of they could carry fire with them in their pocket. It was like carrying a lighter. So they could keep their fire and their ember in their packs or in their pouches. It meant a case of when they got to the next destination, could be 20, 30, or many miles they travelled, they could easily get a fire ignited and started again without having to go through the whole process of building and a bow, a drill set, and going through the friction fire set. It's hard work. This was easier. Moving on, technology advances again. We moved on to gunpowder and stuff, which was kind of the thing that sort of ignited. And then we got matches, which we use and we still use today. We have lighters, which is just it's a fire in your pocket, but we also have to remember that fire is dangerous and we don't play with it. It's a tool. It's used for heat. It's used for cooking. What we carry today is a modern version of the flint and the steel, which is a fire striker. It's the same thing. It's just different materials. It's still metal with a ferrocerium rod, but the flint and steel, whether wet or anything, it will still strike. So we'll always have a method to light an easy fire. Today we've learned the three different methods of fire lighting, but we have been doing this for quite a while. We are experienced. We do this for a living. We know the dangers, so we just like to put out to everyone that maybe doesn't have the experience and doesn't have the wherewithal to be extremely careful and to never ever play with fire.